people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for a transfer update and we're here to talk about Chelsea. I will be sharing the StreamYard link in just a second for you to come on and have your say. But one interesting piece of business this would be for Chelsea. What an interesting bit of business for them if this is true, right? I have to emphasize if this is true. No one knows just yet. I've put the link in the chat if you want to come and have your say. But the news we're here to talk about is Adrien Rabiot. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I hope I haven't butchered it too much. But before we get into all of that, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It does massively help us out if you do that. Big up to Velvishwan in the chat. Saying, I'm jealous if Chelsea sign him. I wanted him at Liverpool when he was still at PSG. Well, I've done a little bit of work on him. I can't say that I haven't. I can't say I've seen him. I can't say I've seen him too much. Rabiot, I think is how that's what Sonny's saying. Rabiot. But he's valued at around about 29 million. So it's about 28.8. So round it up to about 29. The news is that Chelsea could be getting him for £17 million, which is complete madness if you think about it. If you think about some of the signings, I mean, he's valued at near on 30 million. You're taking off about 10 million off that. This would be, I think, a great bit of business. But does that mean that a Jorginho or a Kante or a Kovacic, are they going to go? Is that what I'm thinking? Because that could be it. That could be it. Velvishwan saying 17 million is a steal. Absolutely is. It is 100%. I think a steal. Now, he's not a goal-scoring midfielder, right? So there's no doubt about that. But the words from Tuchel. So Tuchel's obviously managed this lad before, right? So he said in PSG's 4-0 win over Barcelona in the Champions League last 16 in February 2017, Rabiot, I think Rabiot was the star performer, earning a rating of 9 out of 10 from L'Equipe. Adrien is a very curious player, Tuchel told L'Equipe in September. He has an attacking mindset and likes to take risks. Now, I think this lad is more. So you see this all the time. You see these types of players that they're the assist before the assist. This is what I think he is, because looking at his stats, in PSG he played 227 games, 24 goals, 14 assists. So he's hardly prolific in either of them areas. Juventus, he's had 78 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists. When he was at Toulouse, he had 13 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. So I think he's more of an assist before an assist, which I think is what Chelsea could do. I think this lad is going to really help in terms of that. I think is the way he goes about it. As I said, I don't know an awful lot about this lad, right? He's one that I've not really heard much of, but Tuchel saying that, and I mean, praising him in that way suggests to me that Tuchel quite likes this lad. Now, we all know that Tuchel's going to want to put his spin on the Chelsea team, right? So right now he's got the Lampard Chelsea team, right? So all of these players that were brought in, they're brought in for Lampard. That may not necessarily fit Tuchel. So it's not a surprise that we're seeing some maybe former players that are very good. I mean, playing in Champions League, PSG, Juventus, doing very well. He's got a lot of praise. It's not a surprise to see him linked with Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel. Now, Barcelona in the race. Now, what I'm starting to think is if Barcelona are in that race, but so are Chelsea, you think money's not going to be a problem for Chelsea, is it? Right? Let's be real. Money is not a problem with Chelsea and Roman Abramovich. So you can count that bit out. So you don't need to worry about money. Barcelona are currently in one heck of a rebuild. They need one heck of a rebuild. Chelsea, they need what? A striker, a centre-back, maybe a midfielder. And then they're challenging. I mean, look at what Tuchel's doing with this team right now. Right? You look at what Tuchel's doing with this team right now, with the Lampard team. That suggests to me that he only needs a couple more players before he's challenging for a league title. So if you're Rabiot, where do you go? I think you go to Chelsea, in my opinion, especially if you've worked under Tuchel before. But obviously, we're joined by Velbushwan. You're a Liverpool fan, saying that you were quite jealous if you get him because you wanted him. What do you make of this lad?
Yeah, especially the price of 17 mil, and for quality of this player, is a bargain. Anyone will be lucky to have him at their team because he's so good. I think very underrated as well. He doesn't get spoken enough. Remember watching that Champions League game against Porto. Obviously, Chiesa scored 2 goals, but if you actually watch it, Rabiot was the one playing passes over the top balls. He should have got like so many assists in that game because he was absolutely brilliant. And he's very versatile as well because when he was at PSG, I think he captained some games there. So he was playing like a CDM, box to box, and a deep line playmaker. So all these qualities, he can easily replace Jorginho at Chelsea.
Yeah, no, I hear that. We're joined by Andrew. Obviously, Andrew, I was about to say waking up to the news, but I don't know. I don't know if that's quite the thing. I was awake quite early. Normally, I'd be waking up to this news. Normally, I'm awake at about, I don't know, 11 o'clock. So I'll be waking up to this news.
I've been awake for 4 hours waiting for an Asda delivery that's not shown up. So I've been on the phone.
It's okay. I'm waiting. I was hoping my Amazon delivery. I'm getting an Amazon Fire Stick. Would be here before 3 o'clock before the Argyle game, but Amazon are a bunch of cunts. Yeah, I'm trash talking Amazon now. Go fuck yourselves with massive, great big pole. But Andrew, this lad, now he's worked with Tuchel before.
Yeah.
Tuchel said back in 2018.
Yeah.
For me, he is a great player and can become a top player. He was frozen out, but that was due to contractual reasons. Now, fuck knows what that means. Probably demanding money or
something to do with his agent or something.
Yeah, not going to sign a new contract or whatever.
Yeah. But Tuchel is still keen on a reunion. Now, Jorginho gets a lot of stick. Lot of stick.
Yeah.
Some of it fair, some of it not fair. But Tuchel needs to make this Chelsea squad his, right?
Yeah.
Because right now, this is the Lampard Chelsea that he's got. He's doing wonders with the Lampard Chelsea, don't get it wrong. But he needs to put his stamp on this because then he can really start challenging for the league title, which I think is the minimum expectation.
Yeah.
Do you see Rabiot as one that comes in?
Listen, I've got to be honest with you. Rabiot is. I know Rabiot. Bits and pieces I've seen him in the Champions League. I've liked. If Thomas Tuchel wants him, then you back Thomas Tuchel to get him. So, I mean, if he wants him, you back him. Yeah.
Please don't get him. I want him. Give it to us.
No. But he was talking about Rabiot. He's talking about Loftus-Cheek. What we desperately need at Chelsea is depth in that central midfield area, which we don't have a lot of. So if he's looking to bring Rabiot in and bring Loftus-Cheek back to have a bigger squad because he wants to, because I think he's going to change to a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 next season, or he's going to use those two formations more than he's used them this season. I think he's just getting through. It's weird to say we're in an FA Cup final, Champions League semi-final, but I think he's just using that formation to get through to the end of the season.
I think you need a centre back because the issue Chelsea have got is none of your centre backs, barring Thiago Silva, can play that role in a 2. They have to have 3.
Yeah.
So I think you are definitely right. Tuchel is going to want to move. I think his most famous formation is a 4-3-3, with sort of a double pivot sort of thing or a 4-3-3 on something like that. I do see that. And Rabiot
17 million
in,
though. 17 million is
that is a steal.
That's a bargain.
that is a steal. I mean, what is he? 20? Is he 26 or something like that?
26. He just turned 26.
He's
26
about to walk into the prime of his career.
I mean, for he's French international, isn't he? I think so.
Yeah.
26 for 17 million. I mean, that's unheard of now these days, really, isn't it? For
We
someone
got
like
Shaqiri
that.
for 80 mil when he was 27.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
exactly. I mean, Jorginho was 50 mil, so it's like okay. I don't see. The problem is, I don't see Tuchel wanting to get rid of Jorginho. I think he sees Jorginho as his general on there.
Maybe not get rid, but maybe back up to Rabiot.
Yeah, which is why. He looked, if you watch the end of the Real Madrid game now, he looked absolutely shattered. Jorginho did, and that's because unfortunately Kovacic's been injured, and we're not been able to rotate the three guys that we usually have, so we're having to play them back to back to back. So yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I said to. I'm just going to say it until I see. I want two. Everyone's going centre back, striker. I want two signings in midfield. Whether that's one and we bring back someone like a Loftus-Cheek or something like that, or we sign two players in midfield because that's a place we need help with. But Rabiot, 17 million, yes.
You think someone in your midfield does have to go though, because you've got Gilmour that Tuchel wants to work with.
Yeah.
Do you think next season might be too soon for Gilmour to be playing Premier League? Do you think that Tuchel next season's going to want to use him in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup?
Yeah, defo. The thing is, if Tuchel next season, I mean, if he's like in a title race or he's comfortable in the top four or something like that, you see Billy Gilmour, if he stays without going on loan, you've been used more in the games that we have. Like I said last night on the Chelsea show, if we were comfortable in the top four, cemented in third position by 8 points or something, right? 10 to 8 points.
Yeah.
And someone said to me, play Billy Gilmour in this game. No problem. It's against Fulham at home. No problem. I have no problems. We've got Real Madrid on Wednesday. But the problem is, we're not cemented in that place. We can't afford to drop any points with the run we've got coming up. But you're right. But I think listen, I think we're going to try and sell Barkley. I don't know who's going to pick him up. I say Loftus-Cheek's coming back. I think Loftus-Cheek might be one of the ones that he gives a look over. He might sell still. So there's going to be places in that midfield.
How about Conor Gallagher?
Conor Gallagher, I want to see at a Premier League club that's not struggling in the relegation zone. Do you know what I mean? I want to see I'd like to see him go. As much as I bag on them, if like Leeds came calling or something like that, I'd like to see him go to Leeds or something like that. Or I say don't say Gilmour out. If Leeds said or something like that, or an Everton or something said we'll take Gilmour on loan or something like that, maybe. But it needs
to be someone who plays Tuchel's football.
Yeah, it does. And the thing is, Chelsea, they used to have it should be someone that does that, because the thing is, unlike Man City, because that's why Phil Foden stayed for 3 years without going on loan. They were never ever going to get rid of Guardiola, no matter how bad he did. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like he's learned and now he's blossoming into this amazing player. I want Tuchel to stay, and if he stays, then I want Gilmour to learn off him. Do you know what I mean? I want all these guys to learn off him.
Do you think, obviously, Lampard was the complete wrong person to do this with, right?
Yeah.
In terms of building that culture, keeping stability.
Yeah.
Now, the days of sacking managers to get results, I think, are nearly done.
Yeah.
I think you look at Klopp, they sort of stayed with him. He won stuff.
Yeah.
The same with Pep, although he's had plenty of money to spend as well. You look at Ollie at United, he's massively improved them. United stuck by him.
Yeah.
If Chelsea stick by Tuchel, because let's not get it twisted, Tuchel is a world-class manager.
He is.
Do you want Chelsea to start building this culture around Tuchel? Because I don't see Tuchel really fucking up too badly.
I don't either. I mean, listen, if there's still a chance to finish with 2 trophies and in the top 4. I mean, if he finishes up with that with this squad, you've got you know what? I know he's only signed 18 months. You give him I'm not really a big fan, but you give him a new 3-year contract or a 3-year extension on top of that and say, okay, You've come in, you've done a massive 180 on this squad. You've improved players like Christensen, Ben Chilwell, Callum Hudson-Odoi stepping up. I mean, Pulisic starting to come in, Mendy. I'd say to him, listen, who do you want? We're not going to obviously. We've got the great basis of a squad here. Who do you want to keep? Who do you want to go? Which positions do you want to spend in? Who do you want? Because really, FFP's relaxed. It's Chelsea fan. I really hate this now. I'm going to repeat this. You're going to hate me repeat this. Chelsea fans, it's not your money. Okay, don't worry about how much you're spending. You know what I mean? What do you care how much someone's getting paid if they score a winner in a Champions League final? I don't care how much someone's getting paid. They've scored.
I think the only clubs who really should worry too much about how much is spent is clubs like myself. Clubs where we've been in administration, and I see undisclosed fee, and I'm like, I don't like the looks of that. Can you disclose that fee right now? What are you spending? You assholes! Tell me now, you bunch of wankers.
It's a 17-year plan to pay back 100 grand.
Yeah, it's like I want the details of that undisclosed fee right now. I want to know what you're spending. In fact, chuck me the budget. I want to see. But luckily, we've sort of gone into our ownership, and they're very transparent with their figures. Which, as a lad who's seen their team in administration, trust me, you appreciate. I don't understand half the figures. As long as I see a positive balance, I'm all good. But Velvishran, as a direct rival. Almost. I mean, Thursday nights, obviously, Velvishran will be here for match reactions next year, I hope. It's okay, Velvishran. You'll love the background, obviously. We treat our Thursday nights very, very nicely on this channel. We have a lovely background, so you'll get to experience that
in the Europa League. Liverpool and Everton, oh my days.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. But what do you make of Chelsea getting Rabiot?
Yeah, like I said, potentially, yeah. Like I said, it will be a still target, 17 mil. Like I said earlier, he's very versatile. He could play box to box, deep line, central, and a DM. I feel like his abilities, he's more suited as a deep line playmaker.
Yeah,
because of what he can do.
Yeah,
and I feel like with Chelsea, we've seen that this season, Kante has been injured sometimes.
Yeah,
so he needs someone to fill that DM role. I feel like Rabiot, because he has those abilities and the versatility, he can fill that Kante spot while he returns. And if you need the deep line, just play him there. Or if he can do the mount role, he can do the mount role. So
that's very true. That's very true. We need another DM. We don't just need a deep line.
You do seem to know quite a bit about him. Now, one of the criticisms that Jorginho has, so he doesn't pass the ball quick enough. He's very slow on the ball. What's Rabiot's passing like? Is it quick? Is he slow? What's he like?
He's quite quick. He's quicker than Jorginho. I feel like anyone's quicker than Jorginho. Yeah, he likes to do layoffs with the other players. Like he does short passes, he does everything quickly, and when he does, he can play the over-the-top balls to the attackers. And you saw it recently against Porto, where he played over-the-top balls to Chiesa, who was getting behind in defence. Especially when you're playing a high line like teams like Liverpool and City, who will play those high line. With Rabiot, he could just ping the ball over the top, and then players like Pulisic, Ziyech could get behind.
I tell you what, if he does join, he's going to get a lot of time. So I'll tell you why. If you're only paying 17 million for him, he's going to get a hell of a lot more time than Jorginho's got because of the price tag. He's going to get. He's not going to get. He's not going to get criticised unless he does something really stupid. He's not going to get criticised as much as Jorginho did, because you're paying nearly 3 times less than what you did for Jorginho. He's going to get a hell of a lot of time, and he'll get bigger plaudits as well, because if he does well, because he's only just cost 17 million. Yeah. I say only now, only 17 million.
It's that mindset, isn't it? But big up to Real Chris in the comments, Roman. I want more. Well, Chris, give him a chance. The transfer window hasn't even opened.
Chelsea fans
season's not even over. We don't even know what's going to happen at the end of the season.
Real Chris is like, well, this is good, but give me more. I want more. Very demanding.
It's like when two guys like the same girl, innit? And one of them likes her a lot, and then the other guy just comes in, yeah, sorry, I'll take her. Thank you. That's Chelsea. We link the players. They're like, no, we'll take them away from you. Thank you very much.
Chelsea seems to be linked with almost every player under the sun. Now, this is why
Good old days.
there are some stories I look at and I'm like, that's just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. The reason that I'm commenting on this one is because I truly believe there is substance to this. Now, the reason I say there's substance, Tuchel's worked with him before.
Yeah.
He's spoken very highly of him when he was at PSG.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Tuchel
And
wants to put
he captained
his
some
stamp
games
on
as well for PSG.
Exactly. And Chelsea need leaders. It's one
Yes.
thing that's being very
we are.
critical of Chelsea. There's a
are
lack
lucky.
of leadership.
Yeah.
So Rabiot brings all of that. He's quicker on the ball by what Velvishwan is saying. He's better than Jorginho. Now, if you can have Jorginho as a backup, that's not bad. That's very good. And if you look at what you need to win a title, you need depth. Liverpool won it by a fluke because every other team was horseshit. Because and they kept, well, it's okay, and you kept all your stars fit.
Well, yeah, that's the freakish part. That they had no that serious injuries, and now it's caught up with them. But yeah, you do
need to have that depth. You look at City, and it's one of the reasons why United, I don't think, actually seriously challenged City this season, is because United are lacking that depth. And when I say depth, I don't mean Dan James. That is not depth. That is someone who is a pace merchant that you play for specific games. That is not depth.
Yes.
Matic with a Zimmer frame is not depth, right? Let me just be very clear on that. It is not depth.
No.
And for me, having someone like Jorginho as a backup, be able to play a lot of games. If you want to challenge on four fronts, because there is no way that you don't want to challenge on all four fronts. You want to win everything, right? The only cup competition that Argyle really don't give a shit about is the Papa John's Trophy, mainly because it's called the Papa John's Trophy. Like, well, what's the trophy? A box of pizza? Like, let's be real on that. But if you want to focus on all four domestic fronts, you need to have the team that can do that. Rabiot brings that, and I just think if Chelsea can get him for 17 million, that means you can then spend more money on exactly. It means you can spread the money. What a good
I forgot to say one thing. There's one slight weakness with Rabiot. Is sometimes his concentration, because sometimes because he likes to commit fouls a lot. And that's good because you need someone to be winning the balls. You know how shit Premier League referees are, so they're obviously going to give like the fouls there because they don't.
He does. And that's one thing I didn't really.
I'll just be back in a minute. No, I'm just going. My doorbell just went off. I'm going to get a
parcel. Cool, mate. That's the one thing I didn't really address. His disciplinary issues they're quite a lot. There's a fair bit of disciplinary issues with Rabiot. Now, I'll get his stats back up. I looked on, as you can imagine, the most trusted thing in the world, transfermarket.co.uk. I wouldn't normally use that, but I am getting.
Feel free to sponsor Niall.
Yes, transfermarket.co.uk. If you'd like to sponsor Let's Talk Premier League, we are always available for sponsorship. I am taking the piss now. I'm trying to find the stats. They need a better layout on their website.
I got strengths and weaknesses of him. I can read them up for you.
Yeah, go for that whilst I try and look for these.
So his strengths are his tackling is very strong. Area duels, passing, dribbling, ball interception, blocking the ball is strong. The weaknesses is only his concentration. And his style of play is he likes to do layoffs, plays short passes, and commits fouls off.
Likes to commit fouls. Just chuck in he just casually likes to commit the occasional foul here and there.
Fabinho does that a lot for Liverpool. That's why I'm making good, because you need those disciplinary. Because if no one's going to stop the attack, you need someone to do that for you.
Right. So I've got the stats that I need. So in 227 games, he had 23 yellow cards, 2 red cards for a double yellow. At Juventus, he's had 78 games, 13 yellow cards, 2 double yellows.
Wow.
He never got sent off at Toulouse. So yeah, in terms of concentration, discipline, it's lacking a bit. But you need a bit of flair in your midfield. You need someone who's willing to chuck a tackle in. But before we wrap up, Andrew, this is only one signing. There's going to be many more coming from Chelsea. Right, many more. I do believe that.
Yeah.
If you get Rabiot, what other positions do you need to sort out?
Well, striker.
Yeah.
Like you say, centre back, because Thiago Silva is going to be 37 in the summer if he stays on. Possibly a backup left back or someone to challenge Ben Chilwell, because Alonso and Emerson aren't good enough in my opinion. Try and get rid of Kepa, a backup goalkeeper, a competent one, but you know, it's all over the. Like I said to you, we're the only club that can spend £260 million one summer and still need major surgery. I think I'm not going to say another winger. I don't think we need another wide man.
See, this is why I've heard this rumours of Sancho. I think that's bullshit. I do as well. I don't think Tuchel's looking at Sancho. No. I think Tuchel would be like, Sancho would be lovely, but where the hell do I put him?
Because you think about it, if he switches formation to play 3 up top, you've got Pulisic, who I think he's. If you look at some of the previous games, he's been hacked to pieces. You know what I mean? But he's not like limping or anything. He's not being injured, which is a good sign. If he comes back and shows his full potential, that's amazing. He's got Cho.
Loves Pulisic as well.
Yeah, he does. He's got Cho, who he's in and out with. Do you know what I mean? He's put him on, take him off. He might see him as some type of project. You then got Ziyech, who can play out wide. Maybe next, because I've always said I don't think this formation really suits getting the best out of Ziyech. The 3-4-3. And then you can mix it all up. So
if you play inside forwards, I actually see Werner on the left hand side.
Yeah, I do as well. I can see listen, I think this guy is very underappreciated and disrespected. But if I want, I think Haaland's like an airy fairy dream for any Premier League side. I don't even Man City. I just don't see it. I think he's going Barca or Real Madrid. I really do.
No,
that's your plan. You don't want him.
I've got an update. He's going to Plymouth Argyle. He's being paid 20. He's being paid 20 pasties a week.
But the thing is, if I think I'm all in on Lukaku. Premier League proven. I think he has improved. His touch is not always going to be the best, but I think his touch has improved. He's also, I think his all-round game has improved. I think people are judging him too harshly on that one terrible season he had at United, because they always forget the first season. They always forget the first season when he banged in for nearly 30 goals.
His first season was absolutely mad, but also context is always needed with me. I love a bit of context needed. Only David De Gea was playing good for United in the second season.
Exactly.
No one else was. But Luke Shaw was playing with Jose's mind and his body.
Yeah.
According to Jose himself, only De Gea was playing well. What do you expect Lukaku to do if no one around him is playing well?
Plus, they stuck him out on the right.
Oh yeah, because he's a great winger.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when he bodied that speed. That was funny.
Yeah, but he did. Shut up. He did turn up in the PSG game. He scored 2 goals in the away leg. Yeah. You know.
And a lot of people go, "Oh yeah, but Oli got rid of him." Well, yeah, because Lukaku didn't really fit Oli's system.
He did, yeah.
And also, there was many issues. Lukaku loves Oli. Oli liked Lukaku.
Yeah,
the issue is so much shit had happened before Oli got there that Romelu was like, look, I like you, you're nice, but I can't do this shit anymore. I want to go, because he was sick and tired of this. It was such a toxic place, and I reckon if Romelu Lukaku waited probably about 6 months, maybe waited 6 months to a year. I reckon Romelu Lukaku is still at United right now, banging in plenty of goals.
But he's also changed his lifestyle. You know, he's changed the way he trains. I mean, he's now leaner.
He's a lot slimmer,
and that's helped him as well. I mean, you know, he's banged in loads of goals. He's helped Martinez as well. He's hit loads of assists for him. People say, "Oh, we can't do anything." I've seen him in Champions League, Europa League games, and some of the Serie A games. Take the ball from midway through the opposition half, and then drive it forward. I've seen him. He's not just a bruising, you know, bang it up to him. People please don't compare him to Drogba. They are two very different players. Okay, two very different players.
Drogba was Drogba, and Romelu Lukaku is Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's like someone trying to compare Bruno Fernandes to bloody Paul Scholes.
It's very lazy, isn't it? It's very lazy. It's like, they play for the same team. They must be the same player.
you know me. I hate lazy pundits and just lazy ass people going, well, that's a good comparison. We'll compare Bruno to Scholes, even though they're completely different players.
Yeah.
So if you want to compare Bruno to anyone, you actually probably compare him more to a Frank Lampard than anyone. And even then, there's a lot of subtle differences between both players.
I mean, I think he's 4 goals away from breaking a record for the most goals in a single season in the Premier League or something like that, and that's amazing, you know. And Lampard did that, but Lampard, you know, scored 20 plus goals 8 seasons in a row. But it's like they go, Ben Chilwell, he's the next Ashley Cole. It's like, no, just because he plays for us at left back doesn't mean he's the next Ashley Cole. It's like,
he's far from the next Ashley Cole.
But you understand? It's like, anyone who plays in defence at Chelsea, will they be the next John Terry? No, because there was only one. You know, we don't. It's just weird.
There's only one regen currently in the Premier League, and that is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Because I swear that man is a regen of Alex. Like the boy, he literally goes, I removed all the red stuff around Old Trafford and the black stuff because players couldn't really see each other, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Ollie, what did you whack out? The flaming Fergie handbook? What stupid immature comment shove it that's the one.
But no, it's like, you do know that when fans used to go to the stadium, they wore red tops, right? So what was the excuse?
He's going to be demanding all the fans tops next. He's going to be like, he's going to say to the Glazers, I need a black away kit so the fans could arrive in black away kit, please. Like, you could just, it's madness how these people want to compare others to other people, but we're going to wrap up there. Chelsea looking like they're already sorting their business out. Liverpool obviously getting is it Koundé? Is it Koundé or Konate?
Konate.
Please don't both of you walk into the Premier League. My tiny brain won't allow that.
Koundé, Konate, Kante.
The hospital bed's going to be filling up at Liverpool.
That is for sure. But we'll be back I was about to say tonight. We'll be back in about an hour and a half with Formula One qualifying from Portimao. It is round 3 of the FIA World Championship in Portugal. I'll be joined by Charles and Chris Welsh. Looking forward to that. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Then 9 p.m. Do make sure you put this in your diaries. Manchester United versus Liverpool preview. Oh wow! You just know that one is gonna be fun.
You're the referee. You're the referee. No.
It's okay. I've got my whistles. I've got my yellow card and my red card, so all is ready for that one.
It's gonna be a preview, but it's gonna be end up talking about Genie Wijnaldum. That's how it's gonna go down.
Well, that's what I'm sort of hoping about. It's okay. Tom's got to be nice to Genie Wijnaldum. We've got Dom, we've got RJ for United, Liverpool. I'm not sure. I'm working on that. We may even see Sonny. That would be a shock for the system.
Yeah, I'll try and come off.
Did you clear it with his agent? So did you book him for his agent?
No, I didn't speak to Terry about him. If someone can someone just let Terry know that I'm borrowing one of his panelists for a preview, please? That would be excellent. I'm only joking, Sonny. Or am I? You that's up to you, mate. Am I joking or am I not? That's for you to decide. Then tomorrow I may be doing a match reaction for the Plymouth Sunderland game if I have time, because Chelsea match reaction. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Chelsea match reaction after Fulham, after kickoff, and then tomorrow, big one tomorrow, 9 p.m. the Let's Talk Premier League Hall of Fame. I instead of 20, I put in instead of 15, I've put 20. Only 5 can walk into the Hall of Fame. Right? It's gonna be brutal.
Is Genie Wijnaldum on that list?
No, he's not. And we've actually got managers as well. I've picked 5 managers. Only 2 can go into the Let's Talk Premier League Hall of Fame, but they have to have been retired. So do not start sending me hate messages when Jose Mourinho is not on the list, because Jose Mourinho was still a manager in the season. So before you start getting Bobby Arteta, I'm sorry, I haven't done a Hall of Fame for the worst managers ever. But if I do, I will make sure I put
Hall of Shame.
The Hall of Shame. That is where I think Tom will be putting Genie Wijnaldum. If I'm being brutally honest. But yes, so I've picked the short list, so there's no Nicky Butts and all of that crap, so don't worry about that. I've decided to take a little bit more control on this one. This Premier League have fucked it up, so I don't want to fuck ours up. That is how I see it. I know, you just know RJ or Matt would be doing that. Nippin saying Arteta is the worst manager in the league. I agree. I think I put him on par with
question of who's the worst manager. I give an essay about it. I'll 100% get an A star on that. Just talk about why Arteta's the worst manager.
He's such an average bum. Sam Allardyce.
May his reign continue. May his reign continue now.
Trust the process, guys.
Yeah, keep trusting.
Trust that process. Absolutely, do trust that process. But yes, we'll be back at 2:40 with F1 qualifying. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. Why am I saying wrong names every single minute of my life now? Right, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen very, very close in practice. So it'll be very interesting to see who's on pole. If Max is second, though, he's just pushing Lewis off the track. You just know it. And that's why I love Max Verstappen. But as I said, plenty of shows coming over. But make sure you look at our Twitter. That's where you'll get notified when we're live, at what times, with what shows. And that's at Let's Talk EPL. And if you haven't followed the No Context one, go follow No Context Let's Talk Premier League. Genie absolutely destroys people.
It does.
And that's all I'm going to say. He destroyed Dom a couple of days ago. He put Niall versus Dom. I got lovely proper music and a few dog shouts, which I thought was quite funny. And Dom got a chicken song. So make sure you check that one out if you're wanting a laugh. I got a copyright strike for using it, but it was worth the copyright strike, especially considering Dom was literally on the panel, so it needed to happen. But before we do go, Velvishram, where can they find you, mate?
Yeah, you can find me at VEL_skills on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me on multiple streams, bantering other rivals. But I know I'm going to get back to myself because my team's in the mud, so that's fine.
It's okay. Everton fans have asked for you to come outside. But Andrew, where can they find your busy head?
Yeah, on this channel, anytime Niall will let me on. Chelsea show on Fridays we do match reaction. I'll probably be back this afternoon for that. I want to be on the show tomorrow at 9 p.m. because that's going to be a bloodbath. That's going to be a battle royale, my friend. Battle royale. Yeah, on Nexus, myself and I was going to say. Myself, Prime and Will, running that channel. Strong TV, Chelsea Watch Dogs will be on this afternoon with Charlotte for that one. For the Fulham match, wrestling show, football show. More importantly, KH football, 1K. We've got a video tomorrow of Eunice, Chelsea creators, tomorrow about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So he'll make his debut on the channel. We'll do a 1K video soon. Also follow KH No Filter. Follow me and Windsurfer on Twitter. Follow KH No Filter on Twitter. That is Kai. No one impersonating Kai. That is Kai. So if you want to interact with Kai, please do. But just be warned, it's Kai. If you know what he's about, don't be shocked about what he may reply to you. Okay. So therefore, but yeah, that's it.
There's one person I want to have a debate with, but I need to firstly find out what I want to debate them on and what topic. So, like, because I don't lose debates. I'm very famous for not losing debates. It's Prime. I want to debate him on something because that would be the most epic stream I've ever had. Yeah, I mean, Andrew would obviously be hosting that one because we need referees.
Just some advice. You have to get over the amount of questions you have. Right.
Oh, it's okay. I asked just as many questions. You should have seen it yesterday. Don was saying that Brandon Williams, he's got a bit of a disciplinary problem. I was like, name me one time in their senior career that he's been sent off. You can't. Excellent. And he was like, yeah, but he should have been sent off there. Yeah, but he didn't. So
Dom's a wreck. He should know that, you know.
Hush your gums on that one. I love debates because I end up taking them down a windy alley and they can't get out of it.
Do you know what would be a good debate show? Coutinho or Bruno Fernandes? Liverpool. Coutinho.
That's not even a debate. That's not even a debate.
Who do you think it is then?
Oh, it's definitely
right now.
Bruno.
Bruno right now.
No. Liverpool Coutinho or Man United Bruno Fernandes?
Man U Bruno.
I think it's Man U Bruno at the moment.
I think you just have to look at the impact that Bruno Fernandes has had on that United squad.
Yeah, I mean they wouldn't be anywhere.
I'm right.
I mean, Coutinho played. Don't get me wrong. Coutinho played well for Liverpool.
Yeah.
He did.
You just have to look at go to Everton as well. That's why I'm angry.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I hope that happens because that would be absolutely hilarious.
That'd be brilliant if he goes.
Well, we are going to wrap up there. A big thanks to everyone that has been watching. We'll be back at 2:40 for F1 qualifying. As said, me, Charles, and Chris. It's going to be an absolutely brilliant one. I look forward to it. But until then, have a good